It all started on an ordinary Tuesday morning, the kind of day that felt painfully repetitive, drenched in routine and quiet emptiness. The sky hung low with a faint mist, the office lights buzzed faintly above my desk, and I remember thinking how tired I was of being invisible. I was 25, freshly graduated, and working as an assistant in a company where no one even remembered my name. I wasn't special. I wasn't someone people noticed. But that day, something, or rather someone, walked into my life and changed it completely. Before we go any further, if you believe in kindness, second chances, and the beauty of unexpected connections, then please take a moment to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Kindness Tales. Your support helps us share more stories that touch the heart and remind us all that love, in any form, can rewrite a life. Her name was Claire. She wasn't just beautiful, she carried an aura of quiet strength, like someone who had been through storms and still managed to smile. She was in her late 40s, maybe early 50s, but time had only made her presence more commanding. She was my new department head, a confident woman with blonde hair tied neatly, glasses that framed her intelligent eyes, and a voice that carried calm authority. She walked into the office that morning with poise, and I remember every head turning toward her. I didn't think much of it then. To me, she was just another boss, until fate decided otherwise. It began with small things. She'd ask for help setting up presentations, or with organizing files late after everyone had gone home. I stayed behind willingly, not because I was trying to impress her, but because there was something about her that made me want to be better. We'd often end up talking while working. About books. About life. About how lonely it felt to be surrounded by people and still feel unseen. She had lost her husband years ago, and though she never said it outright, I could feel the weight of that silence in her eyes. The night stretched longer. The office, empty except for the soft hum of computers and the occasional flicker of city lights outside the window, became our little world. I started looking forward to those moments more than I wanted to admit. She'd laugh softly when I made clumsy mistakes, and I'd find myself trying to make her smile again, as if that one gesture made the whole world brighter. Then one evening, everything changed. She looked exhausted, her shoulders slumped, her eyes tired, but she still tried to hide it. I offered to help her carry some files to her car. It was late, and rain had started to fall, thin and cold. We walked together to the parking lot, sharing an umbrella that barely covered us both. When we reached her car, she stopped suddenly, turned to me, and said quietly, "You're kind, you know that?" Not many people notice when someone's struggling. I didn't know what to say. All I could do was smile awkwardly. And then she asked, almost teasingly but with a depth I couldn't read, "Would you ever marry a woman twice your age?" I froze. The rain hit the umbrella harder. For a second, I thought she was joking. But her eyes, those eyes, were searching mine for something real. I didn't answer that night. I just stood there, caught between fear and fascination. She smiled sadly and whispered, "Forget I said that," before driving away. After that night, something shifted. She became distant for a while, like she was trying to protect me from something, herself, maybe. I told myself it didn't matter, that she was my boss and I shouldn't think about her that way. But every time I saw her, every time her eyes met mine across the office, I felt that unspoken question hanging between us. Weeks turned into months, and I realized I wasn't just helping her out, I was falling for her. Then one day, she didn't come to work. The office felt strangely hollow without her. Hours passed, then days. Finally, I learned she had taken a leave due to health issues. I couldn't explain the panic that hit me. I went to see her. She lived alone in a quiet apartment overlooking the city. When she opened the door, she looked frail but still smiled that same calm smile. I spent the evening there, helping her with groceries, cleaning, cooking dinner. She tried to act fine, but when she thought I wasn't looking, I saw the tears she wiped away. That night, as I was leaving, she said softly, "You remind me what it feels like to be cared for again." Days turned into weeks of visits, laughter, and long conversations that went far deeper than anything I'd known. I learned about her dreams, her fears, her regrets. She learned about my hopes, my loneliness, and how much I longed for purpose. Somehow, we became each other's missing piece. Love didn't happen in one grand moment, it crept in quietly, like a soft dawn breaking after years of darkness. One evening, as we sat on her balcony watching the sunset paint the sky in gold and rose, she took my hand. Her touch was warm, steady, trembling slightly. "You never answered my question," she whispered. My heart pounded. I looked at her, the woman who had taught me strength, compassion, and what it truly meant to see someone's soul, and I finally understood. "Yes," I said. "Yes, I would." She didn't say anything. She just smiled, and I saw tears fill her eyes. She leaned on my shoulder, and for the first time in years, we both felt at peace. But life isn't a fairy tale. Not long after, her condition worsened. The woman who had once commanded rooms with her confidence now struggled to stand without pain. I stayed by her side through hospital visits, through the long nights when fear crept in. She once told me, "Love isn't about time, it's about impact." Some people spend a lifetime searching for what we found in months. Those words never left me. When she passed away quietly one winter morning, I felt like the world had stopped. She was gone, but her presence remained in every sunrise, every act of kindness I saw. She had once said she believed that love was meant to make us better, to remind us how to give even when we're breaking. And she had done exactly that for me. Years later, I still visit her favorite spot by the lake. I sit there, close my eyes, and hear her laughter in the wind. She taught me that love doesn't have to fit a mold, that sometimes the most unexpected connections leave the deepest marks. I wasn't just helping her out, I was finding my own heart through hers. If this story touched your heart, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to Kindness Tales. Your support helps us keep sharing stories that remind the world that love has no boundaries, no age, no limits, only truth. Speech balloon special request. Tell us in the comments, do you believe love can happen between two souls, no matter the age difference? Your thoughts might inspire someone who needs to believe again.